evening. Super excited to be here with you this evening on Mixed Race Irish Day to introduce you to an incredible man. The reason that we're here today, the reason that we've been celebrating since Sunday, the birthday of the incredible Jude Hughes. Jude, a very big happy birthday, first and foremostly, before we even say anything else. A very big happy birthday. We're absolutely delighted that you're here with us today. Jude, how's your day been?
Well, for a start, thank you. My mind has gone blank. Thank you, Lorraine, for holding what a surprising day I had. From the moment I got up this morning, there was nothing but phone calls and texts from all over the place, England, Ireland, and one or two from America. And even some of my friends who didn't know saw this thing and rung into me from Sri Lanka even.
That's amazing. That's amazing, Jude.
That was the start. Now, what you didn't know was I had said to some of my friends, well, since we can't have a party, if any are passing by, just call in and I might have a few little drinks. Now, when I said a few people, it ended up, I think, by the time you arrived, there must have been about 20 to 30 people there. And what was the most surprising thing was when I can't think of the name. Grace arrived. I just saw this sewing machine coming in first. And I thought, oh, somebody's giving me a lovely sewing machine. I usually send sewing machines to Africa.
Oh, of course.
And I thought somebody was giving me a sewing because it looked so perfect. And I hadn't realized it for a few seconds that it was a cake. That threw me completely. And then, of course, when the flowers and the balloons came in behind, I realized, God. And it took me a while to recognize Grace. So I said, I know who you, because, I hadn't seen Grace for years. And so once then and she said that, and her friends and all who came with her were representing I Am Irish and explained the whole detail. And the other surprise was that lovely award that you had given me in memory as a comment in honor of my birthday. And
well, I think you really deserve it, Jude. You so deserve it.
I was floored completely by this. I must say, you pulled it off so well. I was literally left speechless. And so were quite a lot of the people who were there. And they couldn't believe, because nobody had expected this scene to happen around that time.
And Jude, you're quite a hard man to surprise now. In all honesty, you're a hard man to surprise. And I think, trying to find out little bits and make sure that we had it at the right time so that they could come in and they could give you the little bit of surprise. I know that, you're just generally a curious man. So it was really difficult to hide it from you. But Jude, do you remember that day? So we chatted in the summer.
You pulled that off so well. There was no hint about this. I was only thinking of a few friends, my regular friends, and just a little bit of, because I knew I couldn't have a party because I had planned a party, all that had to go out the window. So this was what we called, I actually jokingly called it a little she-bean party, which anyone knows was a place where you drink liquor. You have a bit of liquor when it's illegal to have it. And as you know, all the bars were closed. And I kept telling my friends, well, this little she-bean is going to be open all day.
And the little she-bean, we're just putting out there for anyone who's listening, everything is regulated and social distance, and Jude is very safe. So, Jude,
I've got my vaccine, so I'm even safer.
I know you're very safe. In the summer, when we had a chat, I was just blown away by all of the work that you have done throughout your life. Like, so just for, I'm sure everybody knows you're 80 today. You were born in 1941 in St. Pat's and St. Joseph's, and you've had such an extraordinary life. One of the things that I mean, you're just so inspiring, Jude. And the thing is that every single person that I've spoken to has such wonderful things to say about you, such wonderful things to say about you. Now, I know that we've got a lovely film and we'll show that at the end of this evening, but there's someone here that just wants to give you some greetings for tonight. So I'm just going to bring them on now. Conrad, you're on with us live. Conrad, are you here with us? Conrad may have stepped away. This is proper when we have technical hitches, Jude. This is what happens with the technical hitches. So, Jude, we'll continue to have a little chat, and hopefully Conrad will be back with us by then. I know we've got another friend of yours here, so I'm going to invite him in. Mick, how are you? Mick, you're actually on mute. Could you just unmute yourself, please?
Hello, I can't hear.
Here we go. No, I don't think. I think you're still muted, Mick. No? I think if we pop you off and we'll try and bring you back on again, Mick, we'll try and get that sorted. This is what happens when we're working in this technical world. And you know, the thing is because if you remember, even when we were talking way back when, and we were saying, you know what, we're going to have a mixed race Irish day. So from here on in, your birthday is mixed race Irish day. So in 2077, we're going to have mixed race Irish day on Jude's birthday. Jude, this morning, I put out a little greeting for you on Facebook. Not on Facebook, on Twitter. Actually, I think I put it on Facebook as well. But over 1,000 people, Jude, have wished you a happy birthday. Over 1,000 people. And I just want to read something that somebody has sent to me that they wanted you to have. And it says, "Dear Jude, despite my kids telling you, I'm not quite old enough to know Pierce, Connolly, Kevin, Barry. But if anybody ever asked me if I did know a true Irish hero and pioneer, it would be yourself. You look up to because nobody was fighting for us back in the 80s. And although there is still much progress to be made, all of the ways in which Irish society has become more inclusive has been work that has been built on because of you and the other founders of Harmony back in the day. It was always a pleasure to visit you in your shop in Abbey Street. And although I've lived over here in the UK since the 90s, I have very happy memories of knowing you in Dublin. Wishing you a wonderful 80th birthday and many, many more to come, in which to see the true multicultural Ireland that you have been such a champion for so long. With much love and respect." That's from John Burns. Now that's
yes,
just,
I know John. Yes,
that was just one of so many different greetings that we had. I'm going to try and bring Mick back on. Conrad's back with us, so I'm actually going to pop Conrad back on. Conrad's welcome.
Oh my goodness! I think I'm in here twice.
True technical harmony, Conrad. True technical harmony.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Hello, cousin.
Happy birthday, Jude! What a wonderful day, and Lorraine, what a massive initiative you've done here. I mean, you pulled it off.
Well, I feel like we're all we're all in it together. You know, yeah, we've pulled this off, but actually we're all one and the same. I feel like we're all one part of one big family that's all pushing in the same direction for the same thing. And, you know, we did pull myself. To be honest with you, Conrad, I was saying already, what was really difficult was to surprise Jude. I said this to you already.
Well,
I said this to you earlier. He's
well, he said
almost
to me,
impossible to
he said
surprise.
to me just during the week, you know something, that Lorraine, this is the worst kept secret in Ireland. Even more than Lorraine herself.
But then he got the surprise. He got the surprise. He wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, and what
Yes.
a true hero Jude has been. You know, Lorraine, you've said it right. He's got such a legacy for his 80 years, and it is amazing when you think at the start where he started off in St. Patrick's. And you know, I think of St. Patrick's. You know, in the year that Jude was born. I don't know if you can get. Are you getting an echo?
Yeah, there is a slight echo.
Let me just turn this other laptop off. Is that better? Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. I was just thinking, you know, 1941, the admission of children into St. Patrick's, that year was 250 children. You know, and of that 250, 120 died. Now, that's, and of course, Jude survived that. Jude is a true survivor.
Yeah.
And I've always been worried about his little shop down in Middle Abbey Street. And I keep saying to him, Jude, you can't be letting these customers in, please. You know, this COVID is a nuisance. You know, you'll catch it, and we need you for your 80th birthday. We need you longer. But his mantra was, no, Conrad, just remember, I am the Iron Man. He'd always say, I am the Iron Man. I've gone through St. Patrick's. I can withstand any virus.
You know what? I'm kind of feeling like it might be the truth, because when I think about the whole journey, you know, like just thinking about what you're talking about, Conrad, and before this at 7:00, we were working with playwright. We spoke to playwright Dylan Corbin Gray, and he's been doing lots of work around the mother and baby homes, because it's really important that those kind of issues are raised. And we think, like, you have survived all of that and more, Jude, like, and more. You've gone right through. Like, there's so many stories, I'm sure, that you could just fill us up with. But I got somebody else here. I'm going to try and bring Mick back on, actually, and let's see if Mick's mic is working for us. Mick, have we got you now? No, the mic is still not going. Wonderful technology. Technology can be amazing, and it can be.
Is that Mick from Kerry?
I forget sometimes how temperamental that the internet can be in some parts of Ireland. Mick, I'm just going to pop you back off for a minute, and I'm going to see if the technical person can help you there. And I'm laughing to myself, even calling my technical person the technical person, because when Jude is saying, like, you know, it's great that we've managed to pull this off. We know that we're not technicians, but we really felt like we wanted to celebrate Jude. We felt like that, you know, there's been so many conversations of recent, particularly throughout this year, of the kind of realization that, hey, there's people of brown skin in Ireland. And I always say, like, look, Jude is nearly 80. How can you be telling us that we're the new Irish? How can we be new? You know, and there's lots of people. And we wanted to be together. We wanted to have a celebration. We really felt like we should all be in Dublin tonight, really having one big knees up. And obviously, because of COVID, that wasn't possible. And then we thought, okay, maybe this is going to be a lot. We don't have loads of funds, and we're not really savvy on all these things. But we felt like this was too important an opportunity to miss. We wanted to be able to honor you, Jude, tonight for some of that journey. Conrad, I know that you know about some of Jude's early years. Now, Jude is an amazing storyteller. Anyone that's ever heard Jude speak will know. But Conrad, can you just tell us maybe, just the early years that, or the information that you know? Because I know
that. No problem. Yeah. So one of the things that Jude has always talked to me about, I know Jude since about 2013 when I came over to Ireland to as part of the presentation to the Dáil, where we were trying to, tell the government that, there was racism in these institutions. And it was that time that that was 2013, I met Jude for the first time. So I don't know him like decades, but I know a lot about him because of the recent work I've been doing. And one of the things he's always said, Conrad, I noticed this racism. I know people suffered. Everybody suffered in these places. But the big issue for Jude was always about finding his family, finding his roots. And that's always been, and the whole obstacles around getting information was always a big issue for him. I've had such a great privilege and pleasure to work with him to try and find that journey back to Africa and find his roots. Of course, when I met him, he was Trinidad. He claimed, I'm Trinidadian. Oh, by the time I finished him, he was Nigerian, and he wasn't too happy about that.
Well, we're all Nigerian now, Jude.
We're all Nigerian, Jude. When we
but you've got to remember, I was led to believe that.
Well, that's part of the journey. There are twists and turns. So going from one identity from one side of the Atlantic to the other side of the Atlantic was the first sort of surprising discovery. And then as I do work in terms of finding and helping other mixed race people find their roots in Africa, I've obviously in the 1960s and 70s, a lot of students came over from Zambia. As army cadets to train, and some of the troops or the young beautiful African Zambian soldiers, they had affairs, relationships, and they had children. And there are some people looking for their families in Zambia. So I've been working with a number of those cadet families and been talking with and there was one particular man called Emmanuel from a little village up north Zambia. I got talking to him, and he became a colonel in the army. And I told him, I said, something, this village where you live, where you live, Jude Hughes was here many years ago with his singer sewing machines. I remember him. He was going around to all the girls saying he used to be the Queen's tailor. And I said, you actually know him? Oh yes, he's the guy that was telling everybody he made clothes for the Queen Elizabeth II. So I'm there and I say, oh my God, this country is nothing to do with Jude, but it's just a testament to the fact that he's known all over the place. And for me to stumble across someone innocently, and I just dropped the name Hughes, and he says, oh yes, we've got this Hughes Centre in the village, and it was actually the same village that Jude had paid a visit to, and as part of his charity, brought over a lot of, and it's fantastic work, and it's been recognised in Zambia, and you are definitely a legend there as well, not only in Ireland, Jude. And it's such a great pleasure to be on that journey with you. We haven't got to the end yet. We've got lots more to do. We did a lot of discovery on your mother's side. We found lots of photographs of relatives, but it's the old story. As we go looking, I always remember the day taking over the DNA sort of stuff and sitting down there, looking at all his matches, trying to identify which country, which relatives are out there, and suddenly my name popped up.
And I was hilarious.
What is this? How come my name? So my name popped up as a match for Jude, and I was completely stunned. I was completely stunned because here I am looking for African relatives, and suddenly we discover that we've got a common Irish relative going back several generations, and it's just one of those really amazing outcomes of our short journey together.
That's really extraordinary. Conrad, we could speak all night. I know I've got someone else here that wants to say hello. Now, I don't know, Mick, we're going to get Mick back on in a little while, but I'm going to bring on Phil.
Great.
Phil, welcome.
Oh, how you doing? Hi, Jude. Happy birthday.
Hello, Phil. Long time no
Sorry,
see.
I hope so. I don't know if the light. Sorry, it's a little bit dark. Yeah, it was very interesting calling into Jude today. Definitely the man of the moment, and it's really interesting to see how vibrant Jude is at this age. And you're kind of thinking, dear God, please let me be like that. Not just to live to that age, but to actually have that energy and to be that vibrant and that young at that age. So Jude, congratulations to you on such an auspicious birthday, but also for being so energetic and so alive and so healthy and strong. You've been really, really blessed. And I'm sure the tennis helps as well, and the pints of orange. Um, and when you kind of trying to think of stories about Jude, but really Jude for me is not somebody that I think about. Do I have funny stories? No, not really, or anything like that, because Jude himself is such a repository of information and stories, and like you just ask him something and he can either do that kind of 6 degrees of separation, where he can bring you to where you need to be, or introduce you to somebody or whatever it is. And I always think the one thing I suppose that has always struck me about Jude is having met him and having listened to his story and thinking about the fact that not only has he survived, but he has thrived. And to think about a young Black man coming out of an institution at the time when he did, and just being cast out into the world to sink or swim, and to look at him today and to look at the people who wanted to come and celebrate and be part of his life, and to recognize him and to honor him in that way. And I would imagine that if he was in Africa, this would have been a massive celebration. This would have been a huge birthday, and there would have been huge honor involved, in celebrating it with you, Jude. So it's kind of a pity that we're still in a bit of a lockdown, but I think when we're out of the lockdown, we're going to have to get you some African clothes, and we're going to have to do kind of an African celebration, because this would be a huge birthday in Africa. So we're going to have to honor that part of us, I think, on that side of your heritage, and dress you up and throw some money at you.
Like would it be incredible? Would it be incredible?
Yeah. They have this thing called spraying, and spraying is where they take the money and just, put it on you, and stick it on you, and you dance around, and the hotter you get and the sweatier you get, the better the money sticks. So we'll maybe have to try some of those. But yeah, just to say how delighted and grateful I am to be able to be here and to celebrate with you, Jude, and to honor you, and to honor your age as well as your friendship, and to see you live to be so healthy and so strong. And you're definitely you're a role model and an example to us all about what healthy living, and not only healthy living, Lorraine. I think I have a genuine belief that you get out of life what you put into it. And I think, Jude, you're a real example of that, and I think people want to share that and to acknowledge that with you as well, particularly today, and seeing the number of people who were down at your place of work, and wanting to kind of wish you a happy birthday and to celebrate with you, even in these circumstances, is a testament to who you are. So congratulations, and hopefully we'll have another birthday, an excuse for a second celebration when all this is over.
Yeah.
And Phil, I know that yourself and Conrad have also had a birthday of this week, so a very happy birthday to you two as well.
Thank you, Lorraine. I think I'm in that stage where we don't like to acknowledge birthdays. Only when we get up to Jude's birthdays and we want to celebrate and have it acknowledged. So yeah, thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
ever so much,
Yeah.
Phil. Thank you.
Well, Phil,
Let's see if we've got.
thanks very. Oh, sorry. Thanks very
Sorry, come on,
much, Phil.
Jude.
Thanks very
You're very
much, Phil.
welcome, Jude.
Or excuse me, I should have said thanks very much, Dr. Phil. Now
You're very welcome.
she talks about me. She's even incredible. She has just qualified as a teacher in Trinity College, and so
Congratulations, Phil.
she also
Thank
is
you.
a survivor.
Yeah, but today's not my day. We'll talk about me another day. Today is your day, Jude.
But you know that actually speaks volumes about Jude,
Yes,
because
it
that's
does.
Jude all over. Always wants to give everybody else the accolades. But you know what, Phil, we are proud of you. We're very proud of you, and it's
Thank
nice
you,
for us to know that we know some doctors. So Phil, take it, take it.
Thanks, Lorraine. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Vic, are you with us? No? Still struggling. Not sure what's going on with your mic this evening. But while we're trying to get that sorted out another while, I'm going to bring on someone else who actually wants to give you a little musical tribute.
Oh,
So this is a song for Jude. Happy birthday, Jude.
hello,
it's a song
Sharon.
about my great black grandmother. I wrote this because of the racism that we experience in this country. And this song really is asking my black grandmother, did she experience racism and what was it like for her? It's called Great Dark One. Great dark one, did your dreams die? When they came to steal your mind, they want mine. Why? If I could speak my heart, if I could lie near you, I will so loud while you held me in your ancient arms. Great dark one, when I looked at you, I saw you without beauty, because I learned to look through their eyes, and I learned to believe their lies. If I could speak my heart, if I could lie near you, I will so loud while you held me in your ancient arms. Masters of supremacy, has pulled us apart in their greed. But the river flows with our tears. She's flowing 400 years. But the river flows with our tears. She's flowing, growing 400 years. She's flowing with our tears. I hope you have a lovely party.
Thank you very much, Sharon. That was beautiful. And
Jude, I'm going to bring someone else on now. Now, I've heard so much about the days of harmony, and I'm delighted to welcome Marion. Marion, you guys are like the champions. You know, I've met so many people that have just referred to the days of harmony. Now, it feels like harmony was one of the first groups in Ireland that really put issues of race on the map. So I'm honoured to meet you as well this evening. So can you tell us about some of that journey with yourself and Jude?
I will. First, I just want to wish Jude a happy birthday for a special person on this special birthday. And, you know, these special birthdays can be celebrated all year. So it's a great excuse for a lot of small celebrations and big ones. So enjoy your year. It's lovely to see you, Jude. When Grace asked me to dig out old photographs, it brought back memories of harmony. Just a brief little potted history. Harmony was founded in 1986 by 4 people: Jude, Tony French, myself, and Jim Glynn. And the 3 of us would have been in intercultural families and had concerns about, you know, say my son was the only black child in his class, the isolation, the lack of role models, the lack of even just, you know, books. I remember bringing my son to England and him delighted with all the resources and, you know, saying people don't stare at you here when we were on the tube. So Jude's role, he was, I think, vice chair, treasurer, PRO. We held a lot of positions. It ran from 1986, initially as a kind of an intercultural family organisation, but unfortunately we quickly realised we needed to be anti-racist and campaign for legislation. And Jude did a lot in that, doing interviews and bringing that personal experience. You know, again, I think someone else mentioned, like, you know, was there racism? There's been racism in Ireland for a long time. But it was also, it was great fun, wasn't there, Jude? A lot of cultural evenings with food.
Yeah, you're right on that. I think we felt that, you know, if you talk all the time about the negatives of racism, people would get bored. So we decided, let's introduce cultures of different countries, and it ended up like a big party and enriched a lot of us on the cultures of different countries from all over the world. And that added to Harmony's success, because we were also helping to educate people of the cultures of other countries, because that was as much important as dealing with racism.
I think I agree with some of those sentiments still. I think, you know, that often the world views people of colour as victims, and we're definitely not victims. And actually, Jude, you stand to prove that in so many different places. Now, when Jude and I first started talking about this, one of the things that we were thinking about in I'm Irish for a really long time was bringing people together. And we saw this as an opportunity to just get everybody together. And the other day, I know on the I'm Irish parents page, there was real conversations about people coming together in Ireland. And somebody said Harmony Part 2. And it just struck me that here we had these adults with their own children, but you have still like impacted their life to this day. That's their reference. That's their reference of childhood. And many people have said to me that they have really fond, happy memories because of the spaces that you two created.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would say they felt comfortable, didn't have to explain themselves or ourselves. You know, people often assumed that people couldn't be in intercultural multi-ethnic marriages or relationships. You know, and I remember Jude also made the banner that we carried on various marches on St. Patrick's Day and Children's Day parades. So a lot of that is in the photographs. So there was a great feeling too of support, and I know Jude personally supported a lot of people, as well as that atmosphere of coming together for. Sue Bullow, who lives in India now, was an art teacher, and she did a lot of art workshops for the children. She says hello. I'm not sure if she's joining us, as does Antonia Peglo, Hennessy, and Frank. And we've kept connections with people, over the years. There was a real great feeling of support, and friendships were made as well. As well as the campaigning. I mean, they did eventually bring in the equality legislation, but as with everything, if it's not implemented, it sits on a shelf, and as a policy. But it was great. I must say, I felt, it brought back a lot of memories to me of those days, and that feeling of campaigning, changing something, all of that. And as I say, which Jude was a key player in that.
And you're both real change makers, actually. We thought about the theme of this festival being agents of change, because I feel like that having role models like yourselves for lots of people coming behind, we know that we can make a change because you've made a change. And so, we have to thank you both for that, which has given us a real opportunity to really honor Jude today, because, what we hear so much kind of stories about, people that are born into very difficult situations, that it's, and things are not always great. And you really have managed to overcome so many different things, Jude. I'm just going to bring someone else on that I know that you will know from some years back. Very welcome this evening. Very welcome.
Wow, it's wonderful to see you, Jude. I'm sure you're surprised.
I am surprised. Are you in Tanzania?
No, yeah, in Dublin at the moment. I used to come and see you at lunchtime. I used to work in Arnott's, come and see you at lunchtime and have a chat with you there in the shop. And you always had time, to have a chat with us. And all your friends from South Africa wish you the very best. Yeah. So I hope you have a wonderful time. And thank you so much for being our friend. You've been wonderful. And we could have had a chat about anything with you.
You were with the group like Coogan, Samir, and Veda. Veda and all. Now I know. Yes, now I know the group.
Okay,
yes.
The memory is good. It's been so long now. It's been about 4 years or 5 years since I was working in town, because I used to come at lunchtime from Arnott's to come and have a chat with you. And you used to work away, but you used to always have time for the chat. And
my workplace is known by quite a few Africans as the OAU headquarters in Dublin.
Or IOU.
No, it would be IOU if they didn't want to pay.
Yeah, it was like the headquarters right in the city center, and we all met up there. And Coogan used to come, and Coogan, I'm going to see Mr. Hughes. I said, okay, I'll come with you. And we used to come there and have a chat with you. And we had 1 or 2 drinks at different times with Veda and all that. Yes. And we are looking forward to seeing you after all this is over and have a pint down our local pub there, just around the corner from you.
Yeah, the Oval.
The Oval, of course, the Oval. The best Irish stew. Anyway, the lads all sent messages from South Africa. And they were delighted, and they said, he's not 80. We said, he is. He's not 80. He is. What is he then? Because you look so young. You play your tennis. You've been a keen photographer. You must have got some beautiful photographs that you've taken when you went to different countries. And
2 years ago, I linked up with Coogan, and we had our friend in Sri Lanka, and he flew in specially from South Africa to join me in Sri Lanka.
That was lovely.
We had a great time.
I remember you telling me that. Anyway, we'll meet again after all this is over. And I thank Lorraine and all her Irish.
Our I am Irishers.
I am Irish.
Be one of them.
Sorry, Lorraine. I'm getting lost for words. They're looking at this young man. I am Irish. And thank you for organizing this. It's such a wonderful thing. And for a wonderful man.
It's been great for us all to get together to celebrate. Thank you very much for coming to give Jude your words. We're going to try bring Mick back on now and see how we're going. Mick, have you had any luck?
Hello, can you hear me this time?
Oh, we can hear you. Welcome, Mick.
Good. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I first met Phil today. Today was my first day to meet Phil. And I went in with my friend Martin Dooley. And I went in today, and it was lovely meeting him. A lovely man, and he just oozes with friendliness. And he looks so well for his age. I thought he might be only about 60. He's a great man for his age.
You disappoint me. I expect you to go lower than that.
Yeah. But anyway, I was hoping to have my friend Peter Roach with me, but it wasn't able to happen anyway. But Peter wishes you well, and he'll see you during the week. So happy birthday from Peter Roach, and happy birthday from me. And this is a great event that's on right now, and Lorraine and Grace and whoever else is involved, well done and congratulations. It's marvelous.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
And thank you, Jude, a great man. Thank you.
It was a pleasure meeting you today.
Yeah, and we'll meet again. I'll go into you again. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks for holding on in there, Mick.
No problem. No problem. We sorted out the sound anyway. Thank you.
Great stuff. Well, good night. So, Jude, I'm going to bring in someone else from your harmony days. Antonia, very welcome.
Hello, Jude. How are you?
Oh, hello. Are you still out in Vancouver?
I am. Happy birthday.
Hi, Antonia.
You're having an awesome day.
I just have been knocked out by so many surprises today.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
and
Marion,
you're even a surprise.
Marion was kind enough to message me to let me know, and I wanted to wish you a very happy birthday from Frank and I. He isn't here right now, unfortunately, because it's sort of midday here, so we're quite a few hours behind. But we both wanted to wish you a very happy birthday and many, many more.
Antonia, I hear that yourself and Marion have lots of stories you could tell us about Jude. If Marion is back in the studio, we might bring her back in so that you can have a little chat together.
Yeah, we have good memories of Jude. We met through Harmony when it was in its very early stages. Actually, I think it was the first meeting we met. Quite a number of people, and we became friends very quickly, and we had common interests, and we developed really strong friendships in the group. It was a very good time. Lots of really good memories, lots of good parties as well.
I'm just going to bring Marion back up. The thing that strikes me the most is, when people say that there hasn't been much diversity in Ireland for a really long time, but actually you guys have been plodding away at this for a really long time.
Yes, I think there has been diversity, and there have been, issues. And obviously, I think Harmony brought a number of those issues to the fore, tried to bring awareness, to change some thought processes, and obviously to look at laws that were pertinent to making life better for people, all people in Ireland, and for bringing awareness as to how racism impacts people, but also bringing human stories to the fore. So that's really my strongest memory. The friendships that we made at that time were really, really good and long lasting, actually. So it was a good time.
Yeah, I was just thinking, Antonia and Frank were at the first meeting. Was it the Gresham Hotel that we held it? About
Yeah.
40 people there, and it grew from that on the committee.
I think it was Wynn's Hotel.
Was it? Well,
yes, because
a while ago.
I only had to cross the road to it. I remember that.
Yeah,
we did some. Sorry, Antonia.
No, I remember it was a hotel, but I don't remember which hotel it was. It was a long time ago. 1986, September 1986.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we also did a lot of publications. Antonia was involved in some of those, in Harmony, that were some of the first ones on anti-racism in Ireland. But I'm more thinking back now when I see Antonia and Jude, and thinking the parties in various people's houses, as well as those cultural evenings.
I can imagine the nights in the Shabeen.
It was an excuse to do it in the Harmony way.
Yes, yeah. No.
Tell me more about the Harmony way. What was the Harmony way?
Deal with these problems only on a much more harmonious way, as I've said, and that left a good impression. Also, it got the mixed race people coming together, because when people of mixed race, they felt lost, but when they came together, they felt more at ease, more at home, and they could let their guard down, and they feel everybody's in the same position as I am, and that helped a lot. Where before they felt isolated and kind of the odd person out or in,
Yeah. I mean, that rings true today. I see that in lots of young people now when they're in a room full of other people that look like them. It makes such a difference to have that kind of representation and to be able to see people that are much older than you, so that you know that this is life. This is who we are. This is who we are as a community of Irish people. So I really want to know about the Black Santa, because I've heard about Santa now umpteen times, and I know that this year that we'll say you might have helped out Santa this year for another incredible organization rooted in Africa and Ireland, who sent you some amazing wishes for your birthday today. But yeah, tell me about the Santa, because I know lots of people have been left with some real nice memories of that.
Yeah, I don't know whether it was Tony French but he came up with the idea of two Santa Claus, one white and one black, and of course we weren't sure how it would go, because the people would have the typical stereotype of a Santa Claus has to be white and white beard, but has to be white, So anyway, we said we'd give it a go, and just to see how it would go. Anyway, we did, and it was amazing. I don't think one kid noticed the difference. And they played around, and they would talk to you, and they wouldn't even notice the color. And then, as I think I've told that famous story, one dad came up to me afterwards and said, Jude, this kid, his son came up and said, one of those dads is not the real dad. And the dad said, oh, which one is it? And he said, the one that's wearing the glasses is not the real dad.
The real Santa.
And the real dad, it's not the real Santa. And the one that was wearing the glasses was the white one. That shows you they didn't notice color. They just noticed something. Although most Santa Claus I know do wear glasses.
Although you obviously did such a good job. Sorry, Marion, go on.
No, I suspect that at some level, it was a good role model, and that for young children to see. And just on another point of equality, we did have a female Santa one year. The Christmas party was a big event every year that we organised with all sorts of mainly African music and food, and it was a great, wasn't it, a socialising.
Yes.
But even though we were, and certainly for myself, it was a very personal journey. I would have been quite naive about racism and what it meant. I just knew my child was experiencing it, and his identity was being defined by society. And it was great to have just people that looked the same as him around. But I think we had a kind of an equality underpinning, even though sometimes it wasn't even thought out, where we had a female and a male Santa, black, white, and we carried that through in the committee. We always had members of different ethnic backgrounds.
But you were real groundbreaking. Like even now we're struggling to when if we say, well, we've got female Santa, I'm bowled away by that I'm so I just love those stories, love them. I can imagine that I could actually talk to you. I'm just thinking, I'm wondering if some of those publications are in archives somewhere, because they really, that needs to be captured. We need to be able to honor that, because you've really been on some journey.
But Lorraine, we never divulged who was the Santa.
So even now, when I'm looking at the screen, it could have been any one of you, huh?
It was kind of guess who. I even remember my sons, and I was talking to them, and I'd be tapping them and saying, what will you be like, and what do you want for Christmas, and will you be good? They didn't even know. And then when I changed, I won't give myself away, but when I changed, came back, they said, oh, Dad, you missed Santa Claus. They didn't realize I was the one dressed up. And they were telling me all about him.
I love that. So before we say good evening to Marion and Anton, can you just tell us what's just one favorite memory that you have with Jude?
Oh, there are lots of good memories. We used to drop in to his place quite often when we were in town. We'd always have a chat. Some of the parties that we had, Jude mentioning that he had met 26 people that day, and that he had just invited all of them, in addition to everybody else, to the party. If I remember correctly. Things
was
like
that was that the German group that decided they wanted to meet Harmony at short notice? I think I only got a day's notice.
That's right.
So they all got invited up to the house.
That's right. So the party got a little bit bigger and a little bit louder, perhaps, but it was a lot of fun. Marion probably remembers that one too. I think she was there, and so it was more so the sort of getting together with friends, the conversations that we had, the seeing yourself reflected in other people, and your ideas and in your aspirations, I guess, and your hopes for a society to get better. So lots of good memories, really good ones. So I'm delighted to be here. Thanks, Marion, for letting me know, and to Grace for letting you know. So
I think for me, a real memory was the people, the contacts that Jude brought into Harmony membership, because they all enhanced the whole experience and contributed greatly. Again, the parties, I think, the summer outings, we'd picnics in Marley Park. We went down the country on buses and had horse riding. I've a picture in my mind of Jude holding a horse, and I think, some kid on it. So yeah, all of those, but great to see you again. And I don't know what organisation you're with, but it's great that I see is a Black and Irish organisation on Facebook and things, that people are coming together, because unfortunately we still need to keep, it on the agenda, and people's rights and entitlements, and to maybe try and change attitudes as well. I mean, there's a lot happening in schools, but a lot more could happen. So,
Yeah,
Jude, enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah, listen, take care, Jude. Nice to meet you, Lorraine.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure hearing you again.
And
sure
when I'm next in Dublin, I'll let you know, and hopefully we'll see you. All right. Take care.
How are all the family?
Thanks, Lorraine.
They're all good.
Okay, bye. Thanks, Marion, as well. It was great to hear you again.
Yeah.
We must meet sometime.
Yes. Yeah.
Oops. Marion was still there. Marion is still there talking.
Maybe a Harmony reunion.
That would be lovely. So I think maybe if everything is going right, this time next year, for Jude's 81st birthday, we will have Harmony time 2 for Irish Roots next year.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Marion.
Okay, thanks again, Marion.
Jude, I'd like to bring someone else on who had such wonderful things to tell me about the first time that you met. So I'm just going to welcome Mavis.
Oh.
Thank you so much for inviting me. A big happy birthday to you, Jude. I'm not going to say anything. I would like to sing a song for you, a happy birthday song. It's going to be in my language and in English, in Xhosa, and then in English. So here we go. This is Jude from me and Asha. Mina mnandi kuwe, mina mnandi kuwe, mina mnandi kuwe, mina mnandi kuwe, mina mnandi, dear Jude. Mina mnandi, dear Jude. Mina mnandi kuwe. Mina mnandi kuwe. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jude. Happy birthday to you. Mina mnandi kuwe. Mina mnandi kuwe. Mina mnandi kuwe. Mina mnandi kuwe. Thank you for everything, Jude, for the love and kindness. Thank you so much from me and Asha. Happy birthday again.
Thank you very much, Mavis. That was beautiful.
Thank you so much, Mavis. Thank you for coming. I know Mavis really wanted to come to personally greet you today, Jude. And I think Mavis would agree with me that Mavis is just one of the many, many people whose lives that you've touched. Thank you so much for being here with us today, Mavis.
Thank you for having me. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
So, Jude, I'm going to bring somebody on now who just has got a little musical tribute to you. Now, the reason that Ash wanted to come and sing for you this evening is just as a recognition of the fact that, there's so many people out there in the world that you've never even met, but you've impacted their life in one way or another. So I'm going to bring Ash on. Ash, are you here with us?
Hello. Yes, I am.
Good evening.
Happy birthday, Jude.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for having me.
Over to you, Ash.
Sorry? Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to perform a song called Labels, and it's basically about my experience growing up mixed race in Ireland. So I hope you enjoy. So try the labels on my skin. If you think you already know me, how can I win? I'm so sick and tired of people making me feel like I don't fit in, even though half of me is from this place. I could be more Irish than you, but you don't see through the color of my skin. Labels, I'm so sick of labels. Don't try to label me like food on the shelf. No, no. So much access when you act that I just switch from white to black. I haven't told someone tell are you listening? You got to hear it loud, you gotta hear it loud, you gotta hear it loud, you gotta hear it loud, hear it loud, hear it loud, no, 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 no. Don't tell me how to pray, but I wanna be laziness myself, no, no. The history is not to slave the labor babies in the way to true and take them away. The label's so supply just want to live my life. How could you deny me all deserve a right? Why can't we progress like everything else? Technology, you see, on the phone, everybody's the one in their hands, yeah. They can't understand. Sweet private, get your mind out of space. Try to define my ways by looking at me. Why can't I be? I'm not your voice. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, no. Labels. I'm so sick of labels. Slow and try to label me a fool on the shelf. No, no. So that's the way I act that I just switch from white to black. Why did you try to tackle me? Why did you try to tackle me? Just be normal like you were perfect. When you see someone to say, you love you too, be a big true. What you gonna do? You try to talk to them in a way you think is socially okay. No, you don't. No, you don't. I'm a person to action. Crazy how you feel. I'm just feeling it. 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 I'm not just a cover. I'm just feeling it. 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 One more thing. Don't touch my hair again. Don't touch my hair again. Don't touch my hair again. Touch my hair again. Touch my hair again. Oh, touch my hair again. No, 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 no. So sick. Sick and tired. So sick. So sick and tired of labels, no. Yeah. So sick and label. So sick and label. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
I hope you
Thank you
enjoyed.
very much. That was
And happy
beautiful.
birthday to you.
Thank you.
Ash, thank you so much. Just for anyone that's listening, I will share that at another time because Ash, I think there was some feedback with the sound, and you have an absolutely incredible voice. So we want everybody to see it in all its glory. Ash, can you just let Jude know why you felt like you wanted to come and sing for him this evening?
So I think that this song is important for mixed race people to hear because it's very confusing sometimes knowing where you fit in and stuff like that. So I just think it was good to kind of bring to the forefront today, because you know we all belong, but also culture and race are two separate things. So I just was so happy to be able to share the song tonight. So thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Ash. Have a good evening.
Thank you, you too. Thanks for having me, guys. Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you. So, Jude, I've got someone else waiting to come and have a chat with you. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Jude, our legend, our ambassador, and the greatest man of island history. How are you? Happy birthday.
Okay. That's Lasan.
Lasan himself.
Yeah, hi. Hi.
It's myself. How are you, Jude?
Okay.
Let me thank Lauren for this amazing initiative. I'm sitting at the backstage listening to everything, watching, and I'm wondering like, wow, what an amazing day for a great man who deserves this. So thank you very much for initiating this, Lauren, and everyone involved. Jude, well done. May the Lord bless you and give you more blessing to come. I was sharing my story, knowing you for the first time arriving in Ireland, not knowing what you have been and what you have contributed so far till, you know, time goes on, and learn from your involvement to harmony, like what our sisters were sharing on, and we getting in touch through connection. I remember bringing a friend to Jude and said, oh, let me take you to Jude. He will help you to do this. And I got to Jude and I realized that I didn't even know Jude better than that person. Person was telling me, you remember Brian Duncan?
Oh, Brian, yes.
I was like praising, I have a good friend here. He's this is a tailor. Okay, let's go, and so on. What's that about? Brian's telling me, I am the one to tell you who is this man, better than you telling me who is he. And I said, yes, I'm not surprised about that. And again, through the work on human rights issues, challenging racism, all these things, I can remember even running to Jude in the middle of the night, bringing him out. You have to go to TV. You have to go and challenge this debate. You have to do this. I said, oh my God, where were we? But again, this is where we are all about. We need to always remember that there are people like yourself who might not be vocal or not be heard, might not be known, but your work on the ground had paved way for people like us as migrant or immigrant, or my callers, foreigners and my callers, to make Ireland a better society for all of us. I respect your courage, your devotion, your commitment, and look, you have always, I've seen you as a number man where everyone comes and goes and they feel at home. They comes and talk to you, they feel like they have spoken to a father, they have spoken to an uncle, they have spoken to a brother, and you have always been so respectful and to listen to everybody and accommodate ideas and bringing, look, unexpected solution to problems. And I'm delighted that Lauren gave me this opportunity to wish you tons and tons of blessing and happy birthday today. We're so happy, and we hope God give you more blessing to come and long life, so we could, even our children and grandchildren can benefit from what you have contributed, and many of your colleagues, and all your struggle. The Irish mixed race, it took a long time for us as African or people of African descent to really come to understand what some of you have to go through. And you did not wave back. You stood up by the right thing and fought a naval system that was not only for yourself, but for all of us. Because of that, we are so proud of you. And I convey this message from myself, from the Africa Center Board, and all our members to wish you a very, very happy birthday. And may the Lord bless you and give you long life and everything be only a joy and happiness in the rest of your life.
Thank you, Lisanne. Now, can I say something?
Yes.
I remember when at the early days Lisanne came to me, and especially when it came to the decade of African contribution to Europe, I reminded him that our group, if they want to be technically right, are really the original African descendants.
Yeah.
And I remember he invited me to speak to his group down in Lower Abbey Street.
Yeah, in the Africa Center office.
To let them know that there's a hidden group of mixed race people,
yeah,
who've hardly ever met the Africans. I was probably one of the few who have, but
exactly.
A lot of them have never met the African side of their heritage. And he invited me to talk to these people, to let them know who we are. And from then on, we are linked together ever since.
Yes.
And that's how we linked up.
And I'm so delighted, Jude, because I can tell you that it was a click for we African who call themselves like maybe African background or people of African descent or Black people to realize that we could not be who we are in this country without linking up with our brothers and sisters. And that has been my position. And wherever I speak, wherever I go, I make sure they know that we have to respect our elders. We have to respect those, even we think they're different than us, who are the same blood than us. We have commonality, we have links to each other, and what happened to one directly might happen to us indirectly or vice versa. So because of that, I believe that you deserve a farewell birthday. I wish like it wasn't COVID and so on. We will even say to Lauren, find a park where we can pull our shoes and music, dance, bring all the cultures and tradition to celebrate it. But Lauren said something about your 81 birthday. Finger crossed, by then we'll be able to celebrate. I'm not singing today, but I will be able to dance, shake bonbon, celebrate the blessings, Jude. So
it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure meeting you and learning a bit about the African culture even more.
And we will continue. We will continue night, days, anytime to work with each other to make sure we stand by each other's shoulder in unity and solidarity. So, Lauren, God bless you. Well done. I'm so delighted for this amazing work.
Thank you, Lisanne.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank
I
you.
look forward to doing the Tavernow dance next year.
Yes. Yes.
I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that. Bring it on. I'm wishing that I was in Ireland today because I'm in London at the moment and haven't been able to get home for a little while because of COVID. But actually, we've got some good news. We might be able to travel soon. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this time next year when we'll be able to get a little jig on.
Brilliant. Finger crossed. Let's
and we
pray.
might be able to do Jerusalem.
Yes. Jerusalem. We have to say.
Can you do it? I'm able to do it, you know, Jude. I'm
Yeah.
able. I did the practice.
It's because
I can do it.
You,
I can do it.
you won't see me, but I can.
I've got it. I've got it. I've got it.
We have to do it.
I know. I've got a little step.
I'd better get our crowd to get going on it.
Yeah.
What about you, Jude? Have you got it? You got the 4-step?
Yes.
Oh, I have a lot of African people who are prepared to teach me any of the dances they know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you know across the continent.
Oh,
as far as I'm concerned, the Africans are the best dancers in the world. And they're the best musicians and the best. They do extraordinary stuff with their rhythm and music.
Yeah.
Well, I have
So
to say,
natural.
and Lizanne, as you're there, because I would say, like, as somebody who's of Nigerian and Irish culture, I feel like it's something that I've got rich from all round, because actually storytelling and dancing in Ireland is also like, it's the thing. So I feel like we're doubly blessed to be bringing it. But I look forward to getting all those movements together. Lizanne, thank you so much for coming on to you this evening.
You are very welcome. And
I'm
the one to thank you for giving me this brilliant opportunity. And I'm so delighted I attended it. And I look forward to talking to you all. And please feel welcome anytime. There's anything you think the Lausanne or the Africa Center or the African community should be part of it and support, please, we are one family, brothers and sisters, uncle and aunties, mothers. Let's stand in solidarity. It's by uniting ourselves that we will succeed.
Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Happy birthday, Jude.
Thank you. Thank you, Lizanne.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
So, Jude, I know today we sent a little surprise to you, and Grace and Mida came to drop it off. Now, in the I Am Irish, I say family because there's a lot of people, and we have a space that is generally for parents, Irish parents of mixed race Irish children. And Mida just wants to come on to just say a little word on behalf of the people on that page. Mida, welcome.
Hi,
Mida,
good evening. Happy birthday again, Jude.
Oh, thanks.
On behalf of the parents of the I Am Irish page, it's wonderful to have someone like yourself for us to look up to, for our children to see, and just even to be able to link in and know that we're not alone. It's not a new thing. There's plenty of people who've been out there fighting for the same things we are now also fighting for our children and people that we can talk to. And even hearing the stories today outside your shop about harmony. I'm a mother of 5 myself, and my youngest is 11, the eldest is 22. And fantastic to hear these stories from the 80s that I never even heard of before. Obviously, I didn't have kids then myself. I was only 7. But I do have children now, and it's great to hear those stories and know that things were happening and that we can try and recreate something similar to build that community again. And thank you so much for everything that you do. And we appreciate you and we love you very, very much. And we look forward to having our proper old knees up. Plenty of jollof rice and egusi and yam and the whole lot when we get the chance. It was great to see you today, and I hope you have a fantastic year. Not a day, a whole year of it.
Thanks very much.
Thank you, Mida. So, Jude, I know that, you know, Conrad mentioned earlier on that you've been on this journey and found your Nigerianness. So we're probably around the same times. And I know that we talked about Conrad. You've been surprised that Conrad and you were related. Well, I got another relative of yours here to say happy birthday this evening.
Happy birthday, cousin. How are you, Jude?
Hey, Jesse, is it?
Yeah, so wonderful to see you. Happy birthday.
Thanks very much, Jesse.
Oh, it's just like 2020 has been like, it was such a crazy year in so many ways, but I am so blessed that out of 2020, I found you, a cousin. What a wonderful gift for me and the family, and to get to meet you and know you, and not just an ordinary cousin, Jude Hughes cousin. Like, what an incredible legacy, and all the work you've ever done, paving the way for people like me in Ireland. And we didn't even know each other then. It's an honor to know you, and I'm so delighted to be related to you and to finally have this opportunity to get to know you, Jude. The gift of 2020.
Yeah, it's same likewise. I was delighted when at last I could feel I have an African blood relation.
Yeah.
And to me, that meant a lot.
Yeah. It means the world.
It's
so close. Yeah.
Now that I can say I have now, we went through like almost as if we didn't have an identity. Now I have the Irish identity and I have the African identity. And that was great for me, and that meant a lot to me.
And it is such an incredible feeling after so many years to finally kind of just know who you are.
Yes. Well, this was the problem in some of these places. You were left to go through life almost without an identity. And that's where the added extra pressure was on the people like me, and because of the way the system worked, that left you in this position.
Well, I'm delighted to have been able to bring Jess as one of your relations on your African side, your Nigerian side, to come and wish you happy birthday tonight. Thank you so much, Jess.
Oh, Lorraine, thank you so much for inviting me in. And Jude, I hope to see you soon.
Yes, we must arrange to meet, because now that
we can.
Things have lifted and I've got my double both vaccine, so I'm safe for now.
And I have the beautiful masks you made for me, so thank you.
Oh, that's a pleasure.
Cheerio, Jess.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Good night.
Thanks,
Bye.
Jess, for me. Bye.
So, Jude, I'd like to share something with everybody. A little film that's been put together. Jude Hughes, this is your life. I've always wanted to say that, Jude. And tonight, this really is it. So I'm going to even pop myself off, and I'm going to pop you off, and we'll come back on because I want to be able to show this piece of you.
I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, and just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die. 'Cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. I wish I knew how it would feel to be free. I wish I could break all the chains holding me. I wish I could say all the things that I should say. Say them loud, say them clear, for the whole round world to hear. I wish I could share all the love that's in my heart. Remove all the bars that keep us apart. I wish you could know what it means to be me. Then you'd see and agree that every man should be free. I wish I could give all I'm longing to give. I wish I could live like I'm longing to live. I wish I could do all the things that I can do, though I'm way overdue. I'd be starting anew.
Sometimes alone in the evening, I look outside my window, shadows in the night. I hear the voice of distant crying, the darkness multiplying, and the word hearts denied. All I feel is my heartbeat beating like a drum, beating with confusion. All I hear are the voices telling me to go, but I will never run, 'cause in my African dream there's a new tomorrow. My African dream.
when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We all a part of God's great big family. And the truth, you know, love is all we need. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving.
There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. Well, send them your heart so they know that someone cares, and their lives will be stronger and free.
As God has shown us by turning stone to bread. And so we all must lend a helping hand. We are the world. We are the children.
We are the one to make a brighter day, so let's start giving.
Oh, there's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me.
Jude, watching that has brought me on an emotional journey, much less you. You've had such a remarkable journey, Jude. Do you remember when I spoke to you in the summer and I said to you, I'm going to have people all over the place wishing you happy birthday by your birthday? And there was a lovely message that came from the Irish Embassy in America wishing you a happy birthday today, Jude, amongst hundreds of others. There's so many, I can't even read them all out. But I just wanted to send you a message from Connor at Club Trackside to wish you a very happy birthday. Vinny Mead wants to know, what moisture are you wearing? And so many people have said to me today, how is he keeping so young and so fit? So I'm going to come back to that in a second. But I just wanted to give a real big up to Martin Dooley, who's put together that remarkable slideshow. And I know, Jude, you will have been involved in it because a little birdie told me that you actually were in a cine club. So I didn't know that you were a filmmaker amongst so many other things. We had other people that have said today that they've been coming in and out of your tailor shop for over 40 years. It'll take me weeks to put all the messages together for you, Jude, because there's so many people wanted to greet you today. So Jude, for our last kind of words of the evening, I'm going to hand over to you.
Well, Lorraine, thank you very much for giving me this honor of, for you giving me this position of speaking to you and all your friends of I Am Irish. But to be honest with you, I'm very humbled at what you have done for today. I had no idea the level that this was going to be until the whole thing blew up today in my face. I thought I was having a few friends in today, and suddenly everything exploded. And it left even all my friends looking in disbelief. Where did this come from? And I think we're still reeling about this. But getting back to, as I say, reality, you're talking about me. Now, I think what you have done here is phenomenal. And I've often attended a day on Zoom or even conferences a day or two, but you seem to have ran a 4-day conference on Zoom. And I don't know, looking at you, it's where did you get the stamina to keep this going for those 4 days? It is unbelievable. I think that's the first time I've heard of an event lasting 4 days on Zoom. And I think the accolade should go to you for pulling
Listen,
this off. This is
today's your
incredible.
day. Today is your day. But I would like to say, like, you know, Orla, Mida, Grace, Arvine, they've been working around the clock. We've been working, people, to make this happen this week. And people are doing this, Jude, because you matter. You matter to us. You know, you've been like a father figure to so many people. You're such an inspirational man. And we do, you know, in all of this, it's not enough to say thank you for all that you've done for us. You've paved the way for so many people in Ireland, Jude, for so many people. And I think, like, when looking at you, none of us can say we can't, because you've shown us that we can. And so from me to you, just on a completely personal level, Jude, a very big happy birthday and thank you.
Well, let me return the thing as I always do and say thank you, because what you've done in the last 4 days and even today is, I don't think it'll be matched. That takes some organising, what you've pulled. And
that sounds like a challenge, Jude. You know, I like a challenge. So roll on next year. Irish Roots 2022. When we'll be getting the music out, we'll be getting the dancing shoes on, and we'll be bringing everyone to Ireland to have the best shindig. Let's hope that this crazy virus keeps at bay and we can get back to doing what we do best and bringing people together and enjoying life together. So, Jude, is there anything that you have left to say to anybody before we finish up this evening?
Well, I'm still in a daze, and I know it sounds funny when I'm saying I've been left speechless what has been happening today. And
that's made my day. That's made my day, because I know you thought that I was bad at keeping secrets.
I thought I had everything covered until what happened today was phenomenal. And the detail of I don't know if you have people have seen those pictures of what you did today. Have they?
No, no.
A sewing machine made completely in cake form, and when it came into me, I thought somebody was bringing in an actual sewing machine. I've been collecting machines and sending them out to Africa, and I thought this was just another one. Until it dawned on me, it was actually a cake. It had Singer on it and every detail of a typical Singer sewing machine. It was phenomenal, that whoever did it. And even all my friends who were there couldn't believe how authentic it looked. Even the details of a piece of cloth that was the details of threads, reels of threads, scissors, and even pins and needles. We were studying it as if we were looking at a real machine, and the detail is extraordinary.
I'm really glad you like it.
And of course, the beautiful bouquet of flowers, which are just here behind me. These beautiful flowers, bouquets as well, that was given in as well. And I was delighted. Sorry, I put my earphones back. I was delighted that I had the honor of Grace bringing all this in, because again, I'd like to sympathize with the loss of her dad, Abioda Munza, because we were great friends for back over 40 years. So it was great that one of his daughters had called in to present this on behalf of I Am Irish, and that even made me feel a bit more, because there was a connection with harmony to I Am Irish, and that was beautiful just to feel today. So thank you very much, Lorraine, and I just don't know. This is going to be a memory I'll keep for the rest of my life, and I'm just astounded that you pulled this off. And listening to you, I think it's you that has the energy. You're still full of the fighting spirit. You haven't eased up, and it's great to see that.
And long may it last. Here's to
Yes.
Irish Roots 2022, Jude. We'll have the 80th all over again with a proper big shindig.
Well, I think you'll be doing well to match this.
So we'll say good night to everybody, Jude. It's been delightful as always to have you here with us, Jude. From me to you, on behalf of everyone in I Am Irish, we want to wish you a massive, happy 80th birthday. You're an extraordinary man and have so many extraordinary achievements, Jude. Thank you.
Thank you, Lorraine. Thanks very much.
Thank you for tuning in to Irish Roots. Irish Roots is a completely volunteer-led festival. If you can donate, please do. For more information and to see what else is happening, jump over to our website. It's www.iamirish.org. From all of us at I Am Irish, Gurav Mila Mahagut.